Right, good afternoon.
Sorry.
Right, good afternoon, YouTube and Facebook and the audiences of UnderDog Fitness and CombatFit. Today we are filming a Q&A which is all about ourselves and fitness. We've got Callum here and Dean are going to be answering all the questions that you sent in, so sit back, relax and enjoy. Right, so first question we've had sent in is, how can I mix up my training so I don't always plateau?
I'd probably say obviously you've got to make sure that you've got a routine to start with. So obviously when you're hitting a session, you want to make sure that you're hitting different muscle groups perhaps, and then obviously, for example, if you're using your chest and you're doing chest day, you want to be hitting different areas of your chest, so upper chest, mid chest, lower chest. That 1 week you could be doing the barbells, can't you?
Yeah.
So you could be working on the barbells, and then the week after, why not hit the dumbbells? Change up a little bit, use free weights instead of the bar.
Yeah, using the cables as well to try and vary your workout a bit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably say that, and then just having a structured plan pretty much. Just plan what you do, perhaps do a 4-week plan, something, write down some of the exercises in week 1, what you want to be doing on chest or whether it's back, legs, and just write a plan, spend a weekend on a Sunday or something, writing down what you want to be doing, and then that's going to be set then for 4 weeks up to a month.
Do your research as well, you've got to research because everyone's unique. Like if you want to gain, you might want to lift more, and other people want to put mass on. It's different for you, and you just got to vary your workouts for you, instead of just going off something you found on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like someone else that's quite big and toned and stuff, that's already big.
Yeah, I definitely agree, watching things definitely help. I mean, before I got my qualifications, before I started on business, when I was 15, 16 or whatever, I was researching all different videos on YouTube and obviously watching them over again, seeing how the technique, and then just seeing different variations of stuff as well. You know, there's different variations you can hit with just the upper chest, or certain, inside the bicep. There's plenty of different exercises you can do, so just put variations and but just make sure that you listen to obviously the right people as well. You know, there's so many people out there who aren't qualified or don't really have an experience, and they're really silly moves. So you just got to make sure you listen to the right people as well, I'd probably say.
You can find all that, and then when you get to it, it just doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
You might not get a burn, or you might not get the squeeze that you can get properly, so just change up the next week. Just start over, keep going until you find the one that builds mass, builds muscle, or does whatever you want it to do.
Yeah, definitely. Next question, should I take breaks from training each week, or how should I structure my rest days? I think that kind of fits in with the last question as well, because plateaus and progress and things like that, I think the way you do your rest days and how much you rest affects how much you grow.
Yeah. Definitely. You've got to rest, definitely. I mean, from my knowledge and from the qualifications, rest is the most important bit of making gains and making progress. Because 1, if you don't rest, you're going to get injured. 2, when you're actually recovering, so over the 48 hours, your muscles are repairing and getting stronger, whether it's building mass and getting bigger. Okay, so it's just important that you do rest, and if you are aching quite a bit, don't, if you're aching on your legs, don't hit them the next day, or leave it for a bit until the aching's gone down, I'd probably say. Because it's important because they're injured.
Yeah, just swap your days around. Like if your legs are burning the day you're supposed to train legs, just swap it with your chest day that week. It doesn't matter, as long as you train them in that week, everything will work out fine. Yeah.
I'll probably say as well, I mean, you can have it like Calcium, you can have a group your rest days together, or you can spread them out. Well, the best thing you can do is a typical standard, but I mean, whether that's for females or males, is a typical bodybuilding structure, which is obviously, chest on a Monday, pull back on a Tuesday, legs on a Wednesday, because obviously with that, because if you've got a break from your push, so for example Monday is chest, you've got push, and then if you do something on pull, you're not working the kind of same small muscle groups like your triceps and stuff, so that gives those a bit of a rest. Then you're hitting legs, and then you're going back to a push session like shoulders, and then you've got arms, which you've had a bit of rest from anyway.
It's realistically, unless you're doing deadlifts and stuff, your legs are always resting. We're just using legs as an example right now. Through the week, after you train them, your legs are resting because you'll be sitting on a bench, or you'll just be standing, doing cables, or whatever you're doing. So you're always going to get rest for your certain muscle groups, no matter what you do that day.
Totally agree.
Yeah. Next question. As a beginner coming into fitness in the gym, what supplements should I be looking to take? Which I think is a massive question, because the way the fitness industry is and the way the supplement industry and everything is, everyone thinks it's a good, not everyone, sorry, most people think it's a good thing. I mean, we've all done it.
We have it.
When you come into the gym, when you come into fitness, the best thing to do is use a discount code from your favourite, fitness influencer or something, and pick up loads of protein powder and pump yourself with all this stuff and think it's the best thing to do, when sometimes you've got to just sort your diet out or something.
That's what I was going to say. Off my experience, I first started exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Buy the protein powder, start training, just do that. My diet was, as it used to be, just crap basically.
Yeah.
So before you start doing any of that, even maybe before you start training or before you start going to the gym, I would sort your diet out straight away.
Basics, don't you? You need to get
Definitely. I mean, within the fitness industry, the thing is with these protein companies or supplement companies is they highly market it. So they've got some complete bodybuilder athlete on there who look absolutely shredded. They're obviously going to be using creatine, BCAAs, amino acids, possibly steroids as well, to get that extra 2%. All right, the general public just want to get in shape, especially when you're starting off. All you want to do is build a bit of muscle, get in shape, burn a little bit of fat as well. You're not aiming for that extra 2% like an athlete would.
Yeah.
And that's what actually these BCAAs and amino acids and obviously protein powders, your creatine is pretty much for. I'd probably say starting off, I mean for me personally, if this is aimed at blokes, it's for me when I went to build on size because I was skinny as anything. The first thing I started off was protein shakes, but make sure you have the right protein shakes, I'd probably say, because there's that much crap out there which is filled with anything and it just make you go podgy. So make sure, I highly recommend UCN or even my protein as well. Those are the ones I recommend. If you want to put on mass, obviously have your protein shakes, but don't replace them for meals.
Never do that, no.
A big common error there.
It's a supplement at the end of the day. Isn't it?
And that's what people are mistaken for, is the word supplement. Okay, and people take supplements as an everyday thing.
Yeah.
Really, you should be having them when, for example, when you haven't got enough protein in your system. You shouldn't be replacing them for meals. You should have that routine. So, for me, I'd probably say start off on your protein shakes. Like Cal said, nail your diet.
Yeah.
And then just learn and enjoy it. Learn the process of training, learn the process of understanding your body and how it works, and the aches and pains, and when to stop and when to rest and when to carry on. And once you've done that, when you get to a level when you want that extra 2%, then start looking into amino acids, but do your research first.
Yeah, like sort your diet out. Weeks later, you've sorted your training out as well.
Yeah.
It's going really well. I'm going to up it. Protein shakes, up it some more, creatine, up it some more, some BCAAs, aminos, and just keep upping it, until you've found what you want, basically.
Yeah, and like I said, it depends what works for you, really. I personally think, if you feel that, I don't know, BCAAs aren't really doing anything for you, like for me, I've recently got on amino acids. I've never taken them in my life just because I haven't been on that much protein. I was very ill last year, and that was because of too much protein. So I obviously cut it a little bit, lost quite a lot of weight because I was ill with my liver. Year comes round, start upping my diet, having about 4,000 calories a day. Can't help that I'm eating so much protein, I'm having about 150 to 200 gram, and I started getting the same symptoms, and that was due to the amount of protein obviously stored in my liver. So I've done my research, and obviously what I know is I've got to take amino acids to break the protein down and put it into my bloodstream and into the right areas, instead of sitting in my liver, bloating me out and making me feel worse. Been having those, and obviously it's doing the job, and it's actually putting on a little bit of size and lean muscle.
Yeah. It's like the way you did that, which is a key word, research.
Yeah.
Research.
And doing it at the right time as well. For example, the only reason why I didn't take those amino acids before because I didn't really need them.
Yeah.
I wasn't having that much protein to take, and it would be pointless. Whereas now I'm having because I need them because I'm out of protein.
It's like a medication that you've got to do that to get what you want.
Yeah, definitely.
Second to last question now. Can I put on size by only training 3 times a week? Which I think is a great question, because I know ourselves when we were growing up, and you've got your education, maybe you've got a busy job, or maybe you are a bit older and you do have a busy job and you can't get to the gym as much, things are limited, and maybe you can only get there 2 to 3 times a week. Some people may question, is it even worth it? Am I going to put on size? Am I going to smash my goals by not going as much as most people? I think it's a good question, because a lot of people are ask it. So
I think that is a really good question because, and the answer is yeah, it is worth it as long as you do it right.
And you can do it.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. You can do it.
Starting off, simple thing is push, pull legs.
Yeah.
Simple. With your push, standard compound movements like your barbell press,
Shoulder
incline
press,
barbell press, shoulder press. You can mix that into a push session.
Yeah.
Tricep dips. You know, your typical compound movements. And then you're going on to your pull, so you're resting your push movements, or go into the best of it is to go into legs, because you're resting upper body. Go into the legs the next day, focus on your squats, your deadlifts, your Romanian deadlifts, your hip thrusts, big compound movements, because obviously that's going to help for for your size. And then obviously on your pull, focus on your deadlifts, T-bar row, bent over rows as well. So yeah, you definitely can put on size.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all about doing it right, isn't it? Because you could go 3 times a week and be doing the right things in a more effective way than someone going 6 times a week.
Yeah.
You could be making more progress in them. So.
But the same with that though is same like we already discussed, diet.
Yeah.
If you're doing all this, you'll make some progress, but then you'll just plateau. And that's the biggest thing is people think, oh, I'm doing the right training. Why is nothing happening? Well, are you eating this much? Are you eating less than you should be?
You always got to look straight back to the basics, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
And last question now to wrap it up, a bit more of a personal one. What makes all of us want to do what we do at a young age? So, more of a question targeted at us and our age because...
Well, like our personal things like Dean's, personal training, your
CombatFit,
business,
clothing brand, fitness and everything. It's all, everything we do is targeted at helping someone. Like what we're doing now, we're trying to provide value and information and knowledge. And I suppose that's the underlying answer to it all. It's all our passion to help people and to put our passion into something that's valuable. But so everything we do all comes together and we all work together at some point or another.
Yeah.
So what do you think it is that kind of makes us or makes you want to do what we do now and start it now and not do it at a later date?
I'd probably say because you've got the energy at this age, haven't you? Really.
As
I see it, is really you should be. If the audience now watching you are at our age, then go out and do your thing. Because how I see it is work hard now, work hard at the life you want and how you look and whatever you want, work hard at it now. Then later in life, don't completely take a step off the gas pedal, but keep on it. But obviously you can enjoy yourself a little bit more when you're older. And you've got, obviously at the moment, some of you might have, but at our age, you haven't got kids, you're probably living at home as well. So you have technically got the easy life on that side of things.
Yeah.
So you can put in a lot of work effort and put in the hours of whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
It's that drive where you don't want to leave it too late.
Yeah.
You want to put that passion into something now and build your future now while you can build your future, I guess.
It's lifestyle as well, I think.
Yeah.
And it just becomes a routine.
It becomes a habit, doesn't it?
Yeah, habit. Whatever you're doing, whether it is fitness, whether it's work, whether it's education, studying, make it a habit and then it turns into a lifestyle. And when that lifestyle turns into a lifestyle, it becomes a passion, I think, personally.
Yeah.
Right, I think that was a good question to end this Q&A with. We wrapped it up nicely. So thank you very much for watching as always. If you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you give it a like, share with your friends. And if you haven't checked Dean out yet, go do that. As always, there's links and everything will be in the description. So once again, thanks for watching.
Yep.